It's home to the Coca-Cola 600, Bank of America 500, and the All-Star Shootout Race. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to joining us here tonight on the All-Pro Broadcast Network Tuesday Night Super Late Model Series. We're glad you can join us. We are at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Spring Championship Series tonight. Coming into tonight's race, if you've been watching us, well, guys, the one to watch out for tonight, in first position with points is Zach Leonardi with 290 points. Second place is Matt Clifton with 272 points. Third place is Jeff T. Martin with 170. Fourth place goes to Mitchell Reeves at 155 points. And rounding out your top five for the series is Mike Rhino with 146 points. So these are the guys you're going to want to keep your eyes on tonight. Zach Leonardi pretty much could have this one in the bag. I was told that he only needs to finish 19th place, and the way he's been driving, folks, it looks like he might already have this one in the bag. But don't rule out Matt Clifton. He is a very competitive driver and a guy you want to watch out for this evening. So before we get started and take a look at the grid here, we're going to give a quick shout out to our sponsors for this evening. First off, we got Apache Graphics and Race Designs. Also, we have Over-the-Top Designs and Paint by John Hedrick. You can find him on Trading Paints if you're an iRacer, or you can also find him on Facebook at Over-the-Top Paint Designs and Paint. Also want to give a shout out to Michelangelo's Painting out of Mesa, Arizona as well, also sponsoring. So again, folks, this is the Spring Championship Race for the All-Pro Racing Series. If you want to find out more about it, check it out on iRacing. If you're an iRacing driver, look at All-Pro Racing, or if you're wanting to look at them on Facebook, facebook.com, All-Pro Racing. I'm your host tonight, Dustin Caldwell, and on cameras we got Michael D'Amico, and we're set to give you some good racing actions with these super late model cars here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Taking a look at our qualifying times tonight, Matt Clifton's going to be your pole setter here with a time of 30.094 seconds. In second, we're going to have Jeff T. Martin setting a time of 30.140. There's your top third here, 30.147. Behind him, you got Brandon Short at 30.177. And Mark Arthur will be in the fourth position here at 30.240. Rounding out your top five, we got Matthew Quick with a time of 30.272. Cars will be finishing up qualifying here, getting ready to go to the grid. Just want to give a quick shout out to the series since we are wrapping up our Spring Series Championship race here tonight. Coming up next week starts the Summer Series. It'll be an 8-race series, finishing out with an all-star race in Atlanta, $25 payout. All contestants must run in the first 4-point races to be able to qualify to run in the all-star race. Definitely putting some good stuff together here. So we'll be set to go to the grid here in about 2.5 minutes. Taking a look over here and seeing what our filing times are here of qualifying as they are finishing up. Again, if you've been watching the past couple weeks, we have different varieties of tracks. We got short tracks, we got big tracks. Tonight, the championship race is on a 1.5-mile track. A little bit of information on Charlotte. When you see the pace car, I'm sure we'll probably have at least one caution. Wouldn't be a race if we didn't. But one caution comes out. The pace car will be setting the pace speed at about 65 miles an hour. Pit speed, when these guys come off and they need to make a pit, you're going to be seeing them slow down to about 50 miles an hour. So these cars are 600 horsepower super late model cars, and they get put up there pretty quick, especially on these bigger tracks. So it's always quite a feat to watch them, and if you watch the major series, getting down to that pace speed is very difficult, sometimes result in a black flag. So right now, as we take a look here, temperatures right now, we've got some overcast here tonight. It's 65 degrees. Temp track matches the temperature, so 65 degrees is good racing temperature. It's going to put some grip out there. Cooler the temperature gives you more grip on the track. For all those not knowing much about racing, we want you to always be informed as we look at these races and understand more aspects to the cars and what they got going on. We're just looking here, about 30 seconds here. The cars will be making their way to the grid, and we'll be getting ready to go. Tonight's race will be 75 laps, so Matt Clifton will be sitting on the pole of this race. And your current points leader, Zach Lenardi, is currently sitting in 10th position, so definitely got some work ahead of him on the field. But if you've seen him, again, if you've been watching with us, folks, week after week on Tuesday nights, excellent racing action. Some of the short tracks we bring you, some good quality racing action, and Zach never disappoints in short tracks, so we'll see what he does here. Matt Clifton and Zach Lenardi are the two guys you want to watch. So we're going to be moving to the grid now, taking a look at the grid. We'll look at that number 20 car of Matt Clifton and Mopar car. Okay, they're just making their way here. Taking a look here we are. Matt made his way up there to the grid, so that number 20 car of Matt Clifton, the Mopar car. Always awesome to watch. And beside him on your number 2 position is the number 3 car of Jeff T. Martin in the Bass Pro Shops car. Third position is going to go to Mike Wheeler in that Roger Mays towing car number 42. Brandon Short in 4th position, number 51, that Peak Motor Oil and Comtech car. Behind him, in 5th position, another guy to watch out for tonight is Mark Arthur in that ARC Racing Series car number 12. Beautiful paint job on it. 6th position goes to Matthew Quick, car number 89, with that interesting, lovely cat design I always like to talk about every week. You got the angry cat. Then followed by that, we got position 7 going to Greg Webb in the Tribute Ricky Bobby car, the Me Cougar car number 54. In 8th position, you got Michael Cozy Jr. making his debut, I believe, here tonight, a car 88 in the Westco car. In 9th position, you have Bruce Lawson, car number 40. Beside him, Zach Lenardi in 10th position, and the Jakes. He's running a different sponsor tonight, Jakes. Heard he had some talks with his crew, and they wanted to bring out the Jakes car for the championship. You typically would see him in a Rockstar car, but going with the sponsorship change tonight. Behind him, on the inside lane, you got Matt Dale, car number 07. And on him on the outside lane, you have car 37 of Mark C. Carpenter. And I believe Joseph Schlee's car 23 still making his way out there. But then we have 14th position Kyle Flippo in the ESI Electrical, car 13. Ryan Fultz in 15th position in the 01 of the Aztec Reply Roofing Systems. And rounding out your field tonight, you have Gordon Monroe in that Canadian 72 car, running the Canada's maple leaf or national symbol. So that'll do it for your pole and your pole sittings tonight, folks. Again, Matt Clifton taking the pole. We'll see how this plays out, because Jeff T. Martin's going to give him a run for his money, and Mike Wheeler and Brandon Short, all good racers up in the top 5 slots. So we'll have to see how that runs and how that plays out as we get ready to go to green here. I want to thank you again for joining us. I'm Dustin Caldwell, and on cameras is Michael D'Amico. You're watching the All Pro Broadcast Network here live at Charlotte for Tuesday night super late model action. And there they go green, folks. Matt Clifton taking them green. And they're making their way into the turn. Matt Clifton gets out to a nice little lead over Jeff Martin, but we got some guys going too wide coming into the backstretch. Mike Wheeler right there with Brandon Short. Brandon Short's going to move up into that 3rd position as they make their way into turn 3. Matt Clifton setting the pace, but Jeff T. Martin's right there with him. And we got a little bit of racing action. Oh my goodness, some bump going out. The first caution of the race, of this championship race, comes out, and I think it was Matt Clifton. We're going to have to go take a look at the replay, see if we can cue up a replay and find out exactly what happened. But as they were coming around, some of the cars got bumped into. Going into replay to take a look at it here. And yeah, it looks like the car 20 20's just spinning out, and it definitely looks like it. Some bump action and a bunch of cars on that one. Man, Matt Clifton into the wall. Mark Arthur was in on that. We're going to come take a look at this from a different angle, and man, tough break already for Matt Clifton. Taking a look at it, and I don't know if his car just got loose coming out of that turn 4. Nobody really bumped him, but man, him and Mark Arthur met the wall. We already had about 5 or 6 cars piled up, and even Gordon Monroe got some action, Matt Clifton action there. Man. So we're coming back live to take a look at the race here. We just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors here. Patchy Graphics and Race Designs. Over-the-top designs and paint by John Hedrick. Find him on Trading Paints or on Facebook, Over-the-top Designs and Paint. And Michelangelo's Painting out of Mesa, Arizona. I want to thank you again for joining us. We're just coming out of our first caution here. Coming out of our first caution of the race, and Jeff T. Martin's going to be leading the pack coming back to green. Matt Clifton's currently sitting in the pits. Nasty accident. And we see the pace car now making its way down that backstretch. So your top 5 coming out of this caution going back to green will be Jeff T. Martin, Bruce Lawson, Greg Webb, Matt Dale, and Zach Lenardi. Already, we saw Zach Lenardi start in 10th position, and he's sitting in 4th right now. Or excuse me, 5th. I apologize on that. 5th position. Tough break. Matt Clifton had an excellent looking car, and I'm sure his crew's not too happy about it. Had an excellent looking qualifying car and launched out to a lead in the first 2 turns of this. And right now in the 4th lap of this race, it looks like he might be done for a while. So I have to keep an eye out, see if he's able to make it back out. And as they pass the start-finish line, caution lights still on that pace car, so we will be seeing another lap at least. Again, as I mentioned before, pace speed is about 65 miles an hour, so when you're watching that Mustang, the iRacing Mustang pace car coming around, 65 miles an hour he's leading those cars around. Fortunately, and if you've been watching the races, you know, week after week, we love for you to tune in and watch these races, and if you've been watching them, you know, dialing it in with his crew chief, Matt's been working with his crew chief, trying to get that car tightened up on some of these corners, and time and again, we've seen that Mopar car come off of a turn a little bit loose, so looks like some of the typical symptoms that you're seeing from that team, but fortunately it had to come so early in this race after having such good qualifying times and taking the pole going into it. So they're making their way into the backstretch now. They're out of the backstretch into turn 3. Again, I'll give you the rundown here. We got Jeff T. Martin in that Bass Pro Shops car leading the pack, the car number 3, followed by Bruce Lawson, Greg Webb, Matt Dale, Zach Lenardi. Round out your top 5, extending into the top 10, we have Michael Cozy Jr., Brandon Short, Ryan Foltz, Mike Wheeler, and Gord Monroe, who was at the back of the pack, is able to make it up there into the 10th position. Matthew Quick, Kyle Flippo, are the last cars on the lead lap, it looks like. I think Matthew Quick. So, and as we see now, Matt Clifton is a couple laps down, followed by with Mark Arthur, who also hit the wall into that caution. So caution lights come off that Mustang, and we will be going green coming out of turn 4. Jeff T. Martin will be taking them back green, setting the pace. We'll have to see how Bruce Lawson reacts on that outside lane there. That beautiful looking Snap-on car, or excuse me, VBC racing car. We're making our way down the backstretch. We want to thank you again for tuning in with us on All Pro Broadcast Network. This is the Super Late Model Series Championship Race for the Sprague Series. Jeff T. Martin getting ready to take him back green. Bruce Lawson already lets him know that he's there. He's going to give him a fight coming out of that first turn. We'll see the pace car make its way around turn 4, and it's going to go in. And there goes the pace car. They're going green. Jeff T. Martin, the number 3 car, taking the green. There they go. And already, you got Matt Dale on the back end of Jeff T. Martin, but the man right now, Bruce Lawson, taking that high route and is able to get comfortably around Jeff T. Martin. And there's Greg Webb, followed by Matt Dale and Michael Cozy Jr. on the outside, taking it down that backstretch. And then here comes Jeff T. Martin on that outside, trying that high groove to make it work out. The man on the move right now, Matt Dale, that 07 car, keep an eye on him. He's moving. And look at that 3 wide as they come into the turn. Jeff T. Martin's able to get out ahead. And wow, look at Bruce Lawson, that 40 car is able to pull away as they come around the backstretch. He's getting some daylight there between him and Martin. And we're 2 wide coming into turn 3. Greg Webb on that inside is able to get around Matt Dale. And Zach Lenardi trying to hold off Brandon Short as he's making his way on that lower groove. And there's Matt Clifton. Matt Clifton's back on the field, folks. Hopefully, if we have some lucky dog, he gets his lap back. He's 2 laps down, but he's showing his car has got what it takes to be the leader on this field. Watching it, this battle between Bruce Lawson and Jeff T. Martin, as they come around the corner, kind of playing leapfrog with one another. It looks like that high groove is working at one point of the track, but as we come around, the low groove makes it, and there's Zach Lenardi making his way. Fortunately, falls behind Brandon Short, but on the move right now is Greg Webb. Greg Webb, as they come into turn 3, is on that high groove, and he's holding off Bruce Lawson. And there's some wall action. Oh, and it looks like Bruce Lawson's going to hit the wall coming into turn 4 and get sent flying into the pits. Tough action. But we don't have a caution flag out of that, folks. We're still going green, so it must have been a clean rag, but tough break for Bruce Lawson. Watching that, he was in that wall, and it just went sailing across the grass. And we don't have a caution. I'm honestly surprised at that. As out of control as that car was here at Charlotte, that should have drawn a caution. So Jeff T. Martin now has a comfortable lead. Taking a look now, yeah. It shows that Greg Webb, has pulled ahead of Jeff T. Martin. And Brandon Short's there, followed by Zach Lenardi in 4th. Zach going with a different car, that Jakes car tonight. And we watch that guy. He's a late race contender. Oh, there we go. We have some spin. Brandon Short into that treacherous turn 4. As we just saw Bruce Lawson hit it, Brandon Short follows suit the next lap around, and that will draw a caution. We'll go ahead and cue up a replay for you here. Brandon Short, we watched it live. Brandon Short looks like he spun out coming into turn 4. Got a little bit loose. And then we saw Ryan Fultz, I believe, was in on that. A few cars down into the grass. Ryan Fultz goes down into the grass. Taking a look at... There's the Brandon Short replay for you, and you're going to see him get really loose and go up into that wall. So we just watched Bruce Lawson, who didn't draw a caution flag. This does. And yeah, looking at that, man, that is... Turn 4 tonight is going to be the turn to watch. I mean, we've seen it time and time again. There's a little bit of a bump between turns 3 and turn 4 as they make their way out. You may have seen if you watched other races, such as the pro races happen here, there's a little nasty bump that some of these cars can hit sometimes and create a loose type situation. And tough luck for Brandon Short. So as we come back and looking live here, car 54 of Greg Webb will be leading us back to green. In second place, we have Jeff T. Martin in the Bass Pro Shops, Matt Dale in 3rd, Zach Lenardi in 4th. Gord Monroe, the man who has dug this track tonight, started at the back of the pack, and he's made his way up into the top 5. Stepping down into the top 10, we have Matthew Quick, Ryan Foltz, Mike Wheeler, and Brandon Short. Now, Brandon Short is the last car on the lead lap. We have Kyle Flippo, Matt Clifton, Bruce Lawson now, and Michael Cozy Jr. have all gone at least 2 to 4 laps down. Tough break for some of these guys. I know when you get into these championship-style races, and if anyone's watched racing before, nerves can play a portion of it. But that turn 4 has claimed 2 to 3 cars tonight. I believe, and I'm thinking back, I think that was the turn Matt Clifton, as he was coming out of turn 4, got loose. And, you know, typically in these cooler temperatures, these cars are going to have more grip. That turn 4, claiming cars early. We are 15 laps into the 75-lap race. We're going to take a second here to recognize our sponsors. Want to give a big thanks to Apache Graphics and Race Designs. Over-the-top designs and paint by John Hedrick. You can find him on Trading Paints if you're an iRacer, or on Facebook. Look up Over-the-top Designs and Paint. Also want to give a shout-out to Michelangelo's Painting out of Mesa, Arizona. Appreciate the work that these guys do as well, sponsoring this event. I'm Dustin Caldwell, and this is All Pro Broadcast Network Tuesday night Super Late Model Series Racing. Thank you for joining us here, and we're always glad to have you. Yeah, a lot of good action. Appreciate everybody tuning in on this action. I mean, like I said, we have diversity of large tracks and short track racing, and sometimes the large track can be a little bit more boring. If you're a big racing fan, you can see that. You get on into that single file action. You don't get the 3 wide like you would see at a short track, but definitely had a lot of impactful events here. We'll have to keep an eye on that turn 4 here at Charlotte. It's claimed 3 to 4 cars already. Fortunately, it was claimed Matt Clifton, the pole sitter, wasn't even 4 laps into the race. So as we look down now, safety light comes off that iRacing Mustang pace car, and we will be going green. They're making their way into the backstretch. Coming down turn 2, there they are. Greg Webb in that Ricky Bobby tribute car. He does want to go fast, and he showed it here tonight, folks. Car 54, Greg Webb will be taking us back green, followed by Jeff T. Martin, Matt Dale, Zach Lenardi, and Gord Monroe. That green Canada car, keep an eye on it. It's moved quite a ways up through the packs here in the last 15 laps. Here they go into turn 3, and we'll be heading back to green. Greg Webb taking us back green. Man, beautiful night tonight. I was talking to my buddy DJ Lyon, and he loves ice cream. I'll have to make sure I get him some ice cream. Talking to him when he's calling that Bristol race. And here we go, green. We'll talk more about that. Going green, Greg Webb, Jeff T. Martin, your front 2. Behind them, you got Matt Dale and Zach Lenardi, and Matt Clifton making his way around. Oh, there's some action. There's some butt action. And Matt Dale goes into the wall and draws the caution. Matt Clifton trying to take that extra low groove. Does not work out for him. He gets sailed, but is able to recover the car. We'll have to queue up a replay for you on this. We watched it live. And here's the replay on Zach Lenardi. And that wow, from a guy, again, as we mentioned, folks, he needs to finish 19th or higher, and I believe if he gets taken out, it could be treacherous. Zach Lenardi gets into the back of Matt Dale. We saw Matt Clifton kind of try to take the lower groove, and I believe Mike Wheeler was able to escape with a little bit of burn on his tires, but Zach Lenardi hits the wall. And as we take a look here at this replay, it's tough. 17 laps of the 75-lap race, and we already have some. This was our 3rd caution. And yeah, seeing Mike Wheeler, the 42 car, is going to go up into the wall now. And the 10 car, or the 01, excuse me, 0-1 of Ryan Foltz was able to go low and miss all the action. And as we've seen, Mike Wheeler had some smoke as he made his way down the backstretch. So, tough break for some of these drivers. Greg Webb able to get out ahead and maintain the lead coming into this caution. So into this, going back to green, we're going to see Greg Webb, Jeff T. Martin, Ryan Foltz, Gordon Monroe now in fourth position. Matt Quick rounds out your top five. We still have 8 cars on the lead lap, started with about 15 of them. Out of that top 8 is Greg Webb, Jeff T. Martin, Ryan Foltz, Gordon Monroe, Matthew Quick, Matt Dale, Mike Wheeler, Zach Lenardi will make your top 8 here on the lead lap. Matt Clifton is in 9th, but he's 2 laps down at this point. So as I was mentioning before, if you're curious to know more about All Pro Racing on iRacing, we have some other leagues. You want to check us out, check out the league pages for All Pro Racing. Also check us out on Facebook. Put in the search box All Pro Racing. We got Dan's Top Notch Truck Series on Monday nights. Excellent series. My buddy DJ Line, as I mentioned earlier, calls that one. Does an excellent job there. There's also a 50-50 race, a bi-weekly race. Great payouts. There's no iRating required. Just implore you to check out the Facebook page. I want to thank you again. I'm Dustin Caldwell, and on cameras is Michael D'Amico. I want to thank you for joining us here on this Tuesday night Super Late Model Series on the All Pro Broadcast Network. And they're coming into turn 1. Still see the caution lights on that Mustang, so we will be at least one more lap of caution before we go back to green. And Greg Webb in that Ricky Bobby car gets me laughing every time I see it. Ricky Bobby tribute car number 54, is leading the pack. Again, we are at Charlotte Motor Speedway. 600 horses, I believe, is what I've seen on some of these cars, is what they're pumping out. And you get them on these big tracks, it doesn't take much to get them loose. But also, short track racing is where it's at, too. That's the exciting racing. See, third mile, half mile track, something like Martinsville, the notorious paperclip, when they get through wide into them turns, it's just caution city. But I believe some nerves and some emotions are flaring here tonight on this track, and that's why we've seen some cautions. Guys want to make sure they get as many points as they can to place. We do pay out cash prizes, folks. A lot of guys will take those cash prizes, pump them back into the pool, so when we get to the championship series, there's a higher payout and more positions can receive pay. So it's a courteous thing that they tend to do. Even though a guy wins race, he'll just forfeit his race money, put it back into the prize pool. Matt Clifton although he races in it, he facilitates it. I want to give a shout out to him and the things that he does with this. Definitely check out All Pro Racing. Now looking down on that Mustang, the caution light is off, so we will be going green. Greg Webb in that Ricky Bobby tribute car with Jeff T. Martin and the Bass Pro Shops on the outside will be taking us back to green. Again, looks like seven cars are on the lead lap now. I believe Kyle Flippo has fallen a lap down. The 7 cars on that lead lap. In your top 5, Greg Webb, Jeff T. Martin, Ryan Foltz, Gordon Monroe, and Matt Dale. Round out your top 5 going back to green. They're making their way, getting ready to go into turn 4. As you see the pack, it's narrowing and narrowing. This is typically symptomatic of a short track, but there goes the pace car, and we're getting ready to go back to green. Greg Webb, Jeff T. Martin, Ryan Foltz, and Gordon Monroe leaning back a little bit. There goes Matt Clifton by Gord, and out in front is Greg Webb, getting ahead of Jeff T. Martin as they go into turn 1 here. What groove will Jeff take? He follows suit and goes with the lower groove. Everybody's taking the lower groove. Matt goes with the middle groove, and they make their way into that back stretch. We have Greg Webb, Jeff T. Martin, Ryan Foltz, Matt Dale coming up on Ryan. They make their way into turn 3, but it looks like we have some comfortable pacing now here. Greg Webb setting the pace as they make their way through turn 4. Let's see if anybody gets loose. They're able to make it through. And that number 3 car of Jeff T. Martin's going to make contact with the wall as they come into turn 1. Coming through turn 2, Greg Webb still taking that low groove. Matt Dale now taking that low groove and is able to move up by Ryan Foltz. We got some 3 wide action. Potential flaring up there into turn 3. And there's the look at the grooves, folks. Matt Dale taking that low groove, Jeff T. Martin taking that low groove, and Ryan Foltz with the middle groove. Just trying to find that right line that's going to work for you. Greg Webb now out to a commanding lead over Matt Dale, who's now in second, and Ryan Foltz in third. We are 24 laps into the 75-lap race as the cars make their way down the backstretch. Super Late Model Championship Series here on All Pro Broadcast Network. Want to thank you. If you're just joining us, we've had some cars definitely get knocked out early or fall a couple laps down. Your points leader, Zach Lenardi, is now currently a lap down, but he's in 8th position. Great Webb just taking it away on that back stretch as he makes his way into turn 3. He's out to about an 8 to 10 car lead over Matt Dale. But watching now, Jeff T. Martin and Ryan Foltz going too wide. I think there was a little bit of contact between them coming out of turn 4. We see them, they're going too wide. These two ain't afraid to battle it out. Here they make their way into turn 1 and they're too wide. There's a good example of that high groove and that low groove working for each one of them. Jeff looks like he's inching ahead now of Ryan. We'll see how this plays out in turn 3. Jeff sticking with that high groove, and he's going to get ahead of Ryan Iyer coming into turn 4. Looks like the cars have found their comfortable groove. And they're just, wow, looking at Matt Dale. He is catching up to Greg Webb. He's now within a couple car lengths. We'll see how this plays out. Looking at Gordon Monroe, he's currently in 5th position. He's not too far back there, and he's trying to catch up there with Ryan and Jeff. Wants to make something happen in that Canada car, but we have another caution. And I believe Greg got a little bit loose on turn 4. That treacherous turn 4, as I mentioned earlier, that's claimed so many cars. We'll have to queue up the replay and take a look at it here. Find exactly what. As we take a look here at the caution, it looks like as he came into turn 4 out of turn 3, Greg got a little loose, some smoke from the tires, sent him up into the wall and spinning into the wall, and Greg Webb, your race leader, got claimed by turn 4. That's claimed so many cars already tonight here in this Super Late Model Championship race. While we're cautioning, folks, we want to take a shout out to our sponsors. As always, want to thank Apache Graphics and Race Designs, Over the Top Designs and Paint by John Hedrick. Find him on Facebook, Over the Top Designs and Paint. Or if you're an iRacing driver, he also has paints on Trading Paints. Also, we want to thank Michelangelo's Painting out of Mesa, Arizona. These guys do great things for the All-Pro races. Want to thank them. We are 29 laps into this championship race, and your top 5, as right now, goes to Matt Dale, the 07 car, Ryan Foltz, Jeff T. Martin, Gord Monroe, and then Matthew Quick now is your top 5. Another car, and it looks like Kyle Flippo is going to get in on this. He's back on the lead lap. So we have 7 cars on your lead lap. Greg Webb and Kyle Flippo, the ESI Electronics car. Out of the cars that are lapped down, Matt Clifton. Zach Lenardi's in 8th, Matt Clifton in 9th, Mike Wheeler in 10th, Brandon Short in 11th, Bruce Lawson, and then Michael Cozy Jr., Mark Arthur hitting that wall early in that race in that 3rd lap. Fortunately, got taken out. That's a guy, always impressive to watch that guy. See if we can get somebody in here. Talking to my producer here. Want to get, while we're cautioning, See if we can get Greg Webb in here. I know he's in the pits right now. I want to get some thoughts from him. Greg Webb, I'm going to pull you in here. This is Dustin Caldwell up in the booth. Man, tough break on that turn 4. We've seen a lot of people get claimed by that turn 4 tonight. Give us a little bit of action. What was going on that? Drawed out that last caution.
Yeah, this thing started getting a little bit loose there on me when I was coming out of the coming out of the turns there. I guess I had the wrong tire pressure at the start.
Yeah, unfortunately, we saw you get loose, coming out of turn 4, and like Matt Clifton earlier, and I think a couple of Bruce Lawson went through the field. It didn't draw a caution there, but fortunately, I'm calling it the treacherous turn 4, kind of taking a line from Days of Thunder there. No, we're not at Darlington, but definitely unfortunate for you. Is your crew, you think your car's going to be salvageable? You're going to get back in this? It currently looks like you're sitting 8th, or 6th, excuse me. I think 7th now because they just crossed over the start-finish line. But we're going to see you back out on. Is it too much damage, or are you going to get back out there?
Yeah, I believe we'll be all right there. I think it fixed the damage, and we've done a few little air pressure adjustments there. I hope it'll fix it. We'll see what we got.
All right, well, we'll let you get back to pace lights. Just came off the pace car, and you got to get back at it, buddy. But thank you much for your time. Appreciate it, everyone. It's Greg Webb there. Led the previous laps until coming into this caution. So looking now, the pace lights have come off that Mustang as they make their way out of turn 2 into the backstretch. Matt Dale, Ryan Foltz, Matthew Quick in your top 3, followed by Jeff Martin, Gordon Monroe, and Kyle Flippo. And then, as we just spoke with, Greg Webb in 7th. They're making their way into turn 3, and Matt Dale, guy that's been kind of silent all night, now leading the pack, taking us back green. We'll have to see what he does in that car. Almost like a Knight Rider black. Man just wants to be shadow and creep up on you, and now he's got the lead of the race. 07 car of Matt Dale. There goes the pace car into the pits. We're going back green. And already, it looks like Gord is on him. Matt Quick on him. And there they go green, and he shoots out ahead of Ryan Foltz. Matt Dale making his way onto that high groove coming into turn 1. And Jeff Martin and Matt Quick going to go 2 wide. Seen a little bit of smoke there, I believe, out of Dale as he went into turn 2. And we got 3 wide on the backstretch between Greg Webb, Jeff T. Martin, and Matt Quick as they make their way into turn 3. Matt Clifton behind him, and behind Matt Clifton. See, we're watching coming out of turn 4. Everybody comes clean out of turn 4. Ryan Foltz and Matt Quick now going 2 wide. We got a 4-pack coming into turn 1. Matt Dale and those lovely blue rims of that 07 car. Out to a commanding 7 to 8 car length lead. But look at this. We have an exciting 3 wide going into turn 3. Greg Webb on that low side. Jeff T. Martin and Matt Clifton trying to use that low groove. Matt Quick now right on the bumper of Greg Webb. Scary time to be on the bumper there coming out of turn 4. But already Greg Webb now back into contention in 2nd place on Matt Dale. And then look at him going with that low groove, getting ready to go into turn 3. Will he take the lead? There he does. The low groove works for Greg Webb. And he is back to the race leader. Jeff T. Martin trying to make that low groove work for him as he's on the low side of Matt Quick. And Matt Dale, I think that burn on the tires into turn 1 has slowed up that car. And Jeff T. Martin now taking that lower groove and making it work ahead. So Matt Dale will fall back to 3rd. But not so quick, not so quick. Matt Quick making his way up behind Jeff T. Martin. Matt Dale says, I'm not ready to go back that far just yet. Fortunately, he did have to take the higher groove going into turns 3 and 4. And he's now going to fall behind Matt Clifton as they make their way across the start-finish line. So Greg Webb in that 54 car will take the lead. Don't count out Jeff T. Martin and Matt Quick. These guys are putting up some solid lap times. Not too far off the leader, about 0.47 seconds off the leader. The man of the night right now, Greg Webb in that Ricky Bobby tribute car, car 54. He is going fast. Laying down a lap time of about 30.296 of that last lap. And man, Matt Dale has definitely fallen back. I think there was some wear on that tire. had some wear on that tire. We saw some smoke come out of turn 1 and 2 as he made his way into that backstretch, and I think that played some traction work on his car. We are 37 laps of the 75-lap race. Watching Greg Webb put on a clinic here. Guy led the lap, got loose into turn 4, and he's come right back at it. Rolled up those elbows and dug through that field and got back to leading this race. Jeff T. Martin and Matt Quick putting on a nice little battle there going into turn 1 and 2. Matt Clifton taking that lower groove, making it work for him. Kyle Flippo now in the 4th position, was able to get past Matt Dale a couple laps ago. And this is the mundane part of a large 1.5-mile track, folks. People settle into their grooves, and now you get a single file line. Don't see too much battling going on. But I'm telling you, stay tuned, because Matt Quick and Jeff T. Martin are the guys to watch right now. These guys, Jeff is doing the best he can to hold off Matt, but Matt wants to get around him, and we'll see if it happens. Finding out what groove it'll take to get him around there. And it looks like Greg Webb again. I think that was turn 3 this time. No caution just yet. No caution, folks. No caution. Greg Webb, turn 3, hits the wall, gets some smoke action. We see Gordon Monroe now passing him. Ryan Foltz just previously passed him. And I think that car, it made some wedge adjustments. Didn't pan out for him, and he's now going to fall back. So Matthew Quick now is your race leader. Matt Dale's in 2nd. Kyle Flippo in 3rd. And Ryan Foltz in 4th. Not a typical large track setup, as I mentioned earlier in this race, folks. Not a typical setup that you see this many cautions or have this many things happen. But it is turn 4 that has claimed so many cars in their positions tonight. Fortunately, Greg Webb got loose there on turn 3. No caution was drawn, leaving him not much opportunity to pit and get the car fixed. So Matt Quick in the 89 car, qualified 6th, is now leading your race, laying down a lap time of 30.272 seconds. Even looking back at his practice time, he's a little behind his practice time, but he ran 5th in practice. Matt Dale started 11th. He's in 2nd position now. He practiced, he was in 13th. So some of these major adjustments coming late into this race was able to help him get up there. We are 43 laps into this race. Want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors here. Apache Graphics and Race Designs. I'll thank them. Also, Over the Top Designs and Paint by John Hedrick. Find him on Facebook. Look up Over the Top Designs and Paints. And if you're an iRacer, he has some paints on trading paints as well. And also, Michelangelo's Painting out of Mesa, Arizona. I want to thank them. You're watching the All Pro Broadcast Network. I'm the announcer, Dustin Caldwell. And on cameras, we have Michael D'Amico. If you're just tuning in, I want to thank you. This is the championship race here at Charlotte for the Tuesday Night Super Late Model Series in the All Pro Broadcast Network. Lap 44, Matthew Quick, the 89 car, leading them around. I believe Zach Lenardi, your points leader, is still out on the track. I think he had some work they had to do. He is currently about 3 laps down the 24 Jake's car. Matt Dale's in 2nd, Gordon Monroe in 3rd, and there comes another caution flag, and I think I jinxed Gord when I mentioned his name. We'll have to queue up a replay here and find out exactly what happened. I think it's going to be Jeff Martin gets loose going in out of the straightaway. I have to queue up a replay here, and I think looks like Jeff Martin got into Gordon Monroe right around the start-finish line. And that's going to send him sailing right out of the pit exit into turn 1 at the bottom. Gord, nasty hit on the wall. Yeah, and there is Jeff Martin. Looks like he's going to go into Gord, and he's going to go sailing across the pit exit. Gordon Monroe takes a nasty spill into the wall. Jeff Martin just goes sailing into turn 1 and up almost into turn 2. Fortunate there. Yeah, these are symptoms also, folks, of hotter temperatures. Hotter temperatures makes the track a little bit more slick. You tend to see cars slide around a lot, but 65 degrees I don't think would be that too bad. So something must be off on these cars. Turn a little hard, getting some race tread down. Definitely spells disaster for some of these cars. And we're going to see a bunch of cars come in and pit now here on lap 46. Matt Quick, Matt Dale, Kyle Flippo, Ryan Fultz all make their way into the pits here. The race leader, Matt Quick, of that 89 car. And they're all pitting. Everybody's pitting. It's that iRacing Mustang pace cars out there. Doing what they can here to get some work done. Halfway, a little over half to 60% done with this race. And these cars, as we see here now, Matt Quick making his way out of the pit. Lovely Chevrolet, the 89 Chevrolet car. Love the green flames on the hood of that. Matt Clifton right behind him. Fortunately, we saw Matt Clifton wreck about turn 4. He's 2 laps down. Now they're going to speed up a little bit. They're going to catch the pace car there out of coming into turn 4, going out into turn 4. The 07 car of Matt Dale. Beautiful looking car. He's been in and out of the lead tonight. I think we've had about 6-7 lead changes tonight. Kind of on the low side, but we did have a big wreck earlier, so that's going to be affecting that. There we see Kyle Flippo now coming out of the pits, and behind him you see Greg Webb. Pace car making their way around. There goes Greg Webb. I think he gave a salute there to Matt Quick. Those two have been battling it out. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to grab my lovely Coca-Cola that I got. Since Charlotte does host the Coca-Cola 500, you can't come to Charlotte and not have a Coca-Cola. For all you Pepsi drinkers out there, you have to take one day out of the week here and give a salute to Charlotte and take a drink of Coca-Cola. So as we are on lap 48 of this 75-lap race, taking a look here, coming into turn 3, Matt Quick, car 89, is your race leader, followed by Matt Dale, Ryan Fultz, Greg Webb, and Kyle Flippo rounding out the top 5. Matt Clifton. So we have now 5 cars on the lead lap. Who needs to consult with NASCAR or the race people and get these guys some lucky dogs, get them out and gain some laps back. Get a little bit more competition other than 5 cars, but fortunately it is what it is. So as they cross the start-finish line, we are going to see the lights off the pace car on that iRacing Mustang come off, and we will be going green. Coming out of turn 4, Matt Quick and Matt Dale. The 2 Matts taking you back green. I think Kyle Flippo had some last-second adjustments he needed to make. He's got to make a run around that track for going back green. And there they are into the backstretch. Matt Quick, Matt Dale, Ryan Fultz, and Greg Webb. You take a look at that Ricky Bobby tribute car. It looks like it has a big punch in the back of that wedge. You have to see how that keeps him loose or not. And there they are in turn 3. You can admire those blue rims on that black car. I don't know if it's the car, I believe it is black. It could be a very deep blue. I'm not sure. Nice rims on that car. And here we go. Pace car goes in, and we're about to go green. You know, the Super Late Model Championship, Matt Quick, Matt Dale, your front 2. And there they go. Matt Dale taking the high side. Gets out a half a car length ahead of Matt Quick. As they head into turn 1, the 2 Matts taking you. And then there's a 3rd Matt behind Matt Dale, Matt Clifton. You got a nice little 4-pack coming out of turn 2 into the back straightaway. Ryan Fultz right there beside Matt Clifton. Beautiful side-by-side action heading into turn 3. But Matt Quick and Matt Taylor are out ahead comfortably. And Matt Clifton, boy, if you ask for Mats tonight, you're getting your money's worth. 3 Mats, 3 places here at the Super Late Model Series Tuesdays on All Pro Broadcast Network. And Matt Dale gets a little bit loose. I think Matt Clifton got into him. Will that draw a caution? There he goes down under the pit line. I'm not saying a caution. Matt Dale now. I think there was a little bump action between him and Clifton went into the bumper of him. Got it a little bit loose, and he's not able to hold on to it. 3 mats in, 2 mats down. 1 mat down, 2 remain here. Matt Quick. Ryan Fultz is in second, folks, so even though Clifton's there behind him, there's a caution come out. And we'll have to queue up a replay. I think that was Jeff T. Martin that caused that caution. But we'll queue up a replay here and take a look at it and find exactly what brought out this caution here on lap 48 of the Super Late Model Championship. We look at our cameraman D'Amico bringing up the wonderful replay action for you. And I think it was turn 4 again. Greg Webb, Jeff T. Martin. Jeff T. Martin went right into the wall by the start-finish line. And he's going to go down. Hits the wall a few times, and wow, does he spin out. Call him a clock, folks. He was spinning faster than a second hand on a clock. There you see him hit the wall, and yeah, he does. He hits out and spins around. So Jeff T. Martin on lap 48 brings out the caution. Didn't really do much for lead changes. Matt Quick, the 89 car, beautiful green flames on the front of it, is still leading, followed by Ryan Fultz, Greg Webb, and Matt Dale. Matt Clifton, Kyle Flippo, Zach Lenardi, Jeff T. Martin now. He's 4 laps down, but he's in 8th position. And there goes Zach Lenardi into the pits. Zach Lenardi, your points leader, car 24 of the Jags. 7th position in this race. As long as he stays in and finishes it, he takes the championship. Wow, I mean, 50 laps down, 25 to go here at Charlotte in this championship race series, and we have seen a wreck fest here tonight. A lot of excellent race action. Fortunate it happened early in the race to take out some of the competition. We only now have 3 cars on the lead lap. And no, folks, they're not all Mats. We saw 3 Mats in 3 places, 1, 2, and 3. But Matt Quick is your race leader, followed by Ryan Fultz and Greg Webb, still left on the lead lap. If you're a Demolition Derby fan, I'm sure this has definitely been a race for you to watch. That turn 4 has claimed a lot of cars, leaving us with only 3. That's right, 3 cars on the lead lap. And while we're cautioning here, another wonderful quick shout out to our lovely sponsors. I want to thank Apache Graphics and Race Designs for their hard work that they do for the All Pro Racing League. Over the Top Designs and Paint by John Hedrick. Again, check them out on Facebook, Over the Top Designs and Paint. Or also, if you're an iRacing driver, got a lot of good paints there on Trading Paints. A lot of guys like to use that. Custom paint designs that you're seeing here tonight. All of them come from Trading Paints, so you want to check that out. John Hedrick, Over the Top Designs and Paint. Also, Michelangelo's Painting out of Mesa, Arizona. I want to thank them and the hard work they do and efforts they put in for All Pro Racing. I want to again thank you for joining us here on Tuesday night for this Championship Series late model race at Charlotte here on the All Pro Broadcast Network. I'm Dustin Caldwell, and on cameras is Michael D'Amico. 51 laps of the 75 laps race. Beautiful 65 degrees here at Charlotte. Some little bit of overcast, but not too bad. Perfect racing weather. Did I say that? Oh, I'm being corrected by producer. My math is off tonight. Probably shouldn't have had that Coca-Cola. No. 20, 21. Yeah, about 20. We're on lap 55. I'm seeing lap 55 here. So 20 laps to go. 20 laps to go. I apologize, I got that wrong. 20 laps to go with Matthew Quick leading the pack here. Caution lights are on that car. We'll see them probably come off here as they cross the start-finish line. And there they go. For that, I think I deserve another drink of Coca-Cola. Man, Coca-Cola, almost as good as root beer. I'm going to get a root beer float. Thank you, DJ Lion, for instilling me with ice cream at the races. Gotta have some ice cream when you're at the races, and a root beer float. Ooh. Here on this lovely June 16th. Sounds pretty good. So Matt Quick in that 89 car there, leading them as they come around. On the outside, you'll see Ryan Fultz in the 01 car. Behind them, Matt Clifton, one lap down now. Matt Clifton did get a lucky dog, so he's one lap down now. Hopefully we don't have too many cautions, but if we do and he gets another lucky dog, potentially, he could be on the lead lap. Greg Webb falls 2 laps down, Zach Lenardi 3 laps down. Also on 3 laps down, Matt Dale, and Jeff Martin is now 4 laps down. 2 cars on the lead lap now. 2! As they make their way around into turn 4, the pace car will be sinking into the pits. And Matthew Quick, Ryan Fultz, winning for this late race lead here. And here they go. Green flag comes out. Ryan Fultz in the high groove. Matt Quick in the low groove. Coming into turn 1. We'll see what they do. Matt Quick's going to get up ahead of Ryan there. And Ryan now falling suit in behind Matt Quick. So Matt Quick is able to get a comfortable lead now. Matt Clifton there in third behind him. He is 1 lap down, but yes, he is in third, folks. And as they head into turn 3, getting ready to go into turn 4, Matthew Quick and Ryan Fultz still 2 cars on the lead lap. Making our way into turn 1 now, and Ryan Fultz going to try the low groove there on Matt Quick, but fortunately ain't able to make anything happen there. But now we see Matt Clifton come up onto Ryan Fultz. Going to try to take a high groove, and oh, he swings low. Will he make the low groove work before turn 3? We'll see if he's got what it takes. Yes, he does! Matt Clifton taking that low groove for Ryan Fultz and is able to slip in there, but he does not hit the second spot, unfortunately, being 1 lap down. Matthew Quick, even though Ryan looks third now, he is still in second position. Matt Quick still in first. He's out to about 3 or 4 car lengths ahead there of Matt Clifton. 5 of Ryan Fultz as they hit in back stretch, get ready to go into turn 3. We take a look here at some of these other guys. Zach Lenardi not too far behind him. He's just cruising right now. Again, as mentioned, he is your overall points leader coming into this championship race. He just needs to be in cruise mode and finish it, and he will take home the championship race. And we have another caution. Another caution comes out. We're going to have to cue this up and find out exactly what happened. Who caused this? I think it was Jeff Martin again, pinning out of turn 1. So we're going to have to cue up a replay for you here. We'll find out. Jeff T. Martin all by himself hits some grass action there after the start-finish line. And wow, tick-tock, tick-tock. Jeff T. Martin spins like a wooden clock. I'm bad on my rhymes there. Spins into turn 1. I don't know what it is about him in those areas. He's been spinning like crazy. I'm going to see if we could pull him in here.
User was moved.
Jeff T. Martin, this is Dustin Caldwell up in the booth. Are you there?
Yeah, go ahead, Dustin.
Well, I think you're competing to be a hand on a clock, my friend. You are spinning like crazy. Tell the viewers out there what's going on there with you and that start-finish line in turn 1. I've seen you spin out twice now. A little bit of loose action tonight, or what we got going on?
Man, I've got it beat up real bad earlier, and now every time I turn, it just wants to spin out on me. So I'm parking it now.
So you are throwing in the towel for this evening. You're currently in 5th position, so Zach Lenardi, it doesn't look like too many guys are behind you, so you may end up finishing 5th or 6th. So fortunate events for you tonight, Jeff. Want to appreciate your time. We'll send you some ice cream root beer float is what I've been telling these guys. We're going to send one down to you. Hope you can enjoy that and cool off.
Appreciate it. Might need some aspirin, too.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get you some aspirin in there. Slip them into the ice cream.
Yeah, just send me a huge dose.
Definitely will do. Definitely will do, buddy. Thank you much.
User was moved out of the
So we are now 56 laps into this race. Didn't make it really one lap before we went back to caution, and that was Jeff T. Martin. Spinning out, comical as it sounds, folks. It's not really that comical. I know these guys, with their emotions and tension was high and driving their hearts out tonight trying to get that win. And fortunately, the guy that's been driving it. So now, I've just been updated by race information here. Matt Clifton did get the lucky dog. So something that we kind of wanted to see. Two Matts on the lead lap. Matt Quick, Matt Clifton, Ryan Fultz is still in second. So we have 3 cars left on this lead lap here. And I apologize, I said 56 laps. Oh man, I think I need some aspirin. 63 laps here in the books. Just about 12 laps to go in this race, in this championship racing series here on the All Pro Broadcast Network. I want to thank you for joining us. If you're just tuning in, take a look at these race results that we have. A lot of cars, at least 3 laps down now. Zach Lenardi, your All Pro Slate Model Series points leader, is 3 laps down, currently in the 4th position. But like I said, he's in cruise mode. All he needs to do is finish tonight, and he takes home the league championship here of the Spring Series, the Super Late Model Series on All Pro. While we're cautioning, you'll see the caution lights on that iRacing Mustang. While we're still cautioning, let's give a shout out to our sponsors, Apache Graphics and Race Designs, Over the Top Designs and Paint by John Hedrick. Check them out on Facebook, Over the Top Designs and Paint. Also, Michelangelo's Painting out of Mesa, Arizona. I want to thank them for the work they do. And I believe as we see this pace car come across the start-finish line, we will be going back to green here. You should see the light shut off. And there, the light shuts off. So Matthew Quick, Ryan Fultz will be your front 2. Matt Clifton and Zach Lenardi will be behind them. Matt Quick of that 89 car will be taking his green. As we see Zach Lenardi now catching up there to the pack. Matt Clifton was able to make his way back onto the lead lap. That is amazing. That's the beauty of the lucky dog. Sometimes race control will see that a car is doing great work out there. They're still competitive. If a caution happens to occur, they tend to give them the lucky dog, meaning they let them go around the pace car and make up a lap. So they are able to get back on that lead lap. And Matt was 2 leads down, 2 cautions happened, and now he's back on the lead lap. So wonderful job. He's still competitive, still can pull this off. That Mopar Dodge Charger. Number 20 car, Matt Clifton, there in 3rd position. So as we see him come into turn 4, pace car will be dropping down into the pits, and we'll be making our way green here. Matthew Quick, lap 65, 10 laps to go. Taking us green. There they go. The green flag is back out. And Matt Clifton already on the bumper of Matt Quick. Ryan Fultz takes the high groove, but it looks like he might lose some positions with that. There we see Greg Webb, guy who wrecked out earlier, led some laps. He is now in the 4th position there. He's actually in 5th. Zach Lenardi low, heading into that backstretch. Ryan Fultz looks like he's going to try to hold off Matt Clifton, but Matt Clifton makes his way around into that turn 3. Coming into turn 4, Matt Clifton, Matt Quick. Matt Quick leading over Matt Clifton. Can I say Matt as much as I need to? Definitely will say Matt as much as I need to. You got to have a little good laugh now and then, folks. 66 laps here at the Super Late Model Series Racing here on Charlotte Motor Speedway on the All Pro Broadcast Network. We are under 10 to go. Matt Clifton, Matt Quick, side by side, coming into turn 3s and 4. And Matt Quick looks like he's going to edge out, but we'll see how it happens in turn 1. Matt Clifton falling behind, but is able to make it up into turn 2, and now looks like Matt Clifton's going to lead. Wow, look at these guys go neck and neck, the 2 Matts of this race. One showing you how the high group can work, but Quick into the wall. He's going to fly behind in the 3rd position now. Ryan Fault steps up to the plate and is wanting to challenge Matt. Matt leads him into the grass a little bit, but Ryan Fault's able to make that low groove work, forcing Matt Clifton up into the higher groove, and is able to get around him coming into turn 2. And now Ryan Faults takes the lead. I believe that's, I don't know. At this point in the race, we probably have 11 lead changes. My stats guy left to get me a root beer float. So Matt Clifton, ready to give him the 2 lucky dogs, is battling back for the lead of this race. But Ryan Faults is able to hold him off. That quick third. And there we see Greg Webb just cruising it out to get some points. Behind him is Zach Lenardi. And then Clifton. What happened with Clifton? I know we didn't get a caution out of this, but I gotta rewind the tape on this one, folks, and we gotta see what happened. Clifton just goes silent off that backstretch. Did he blow a motor or just hit a wall? I'm watching this car come down into the pits, and I think he blew a motor. Unfortunate event for this guy. Keeping a look at the racing action here, I think we'll get him if he's done. His engine's blown. We got a caution flag here on lap 70. And I think it's Matt Clifton drawing it out. But he's down. He's done. Let's, wow. Lap 70 here, folks. We have a caution. Pace car's coming out. Ryan Faults, your race leader, followed by Matthew Quick. Let's see if we can get Matt Clifton in here. I know his crew's probably working on it. Matt Clifton, this is Dustin Caldwell in the booth. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, bud?
So, tell me, was that an engine blow we see on the back stretch?
That's exactly what it was.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't know when it was going to go. I had
Tough break. Tough break for you, buddy. I know you got 2 lucky dogs. Was able to get back on that lead lap and to have something like this happen to you.
Oh, would you expect any less?
Well, I know you got loose there early in the race. Was able to see you get out, and testament of good faith to your crew and good job and good work to your crew to get you back out there and able to, with the resulting of the lucky dogs to get you back on that lead lap. But fortunately, it just looked like tonight wasn't your night, and I know with Zach out there behind you and a couple laps down, he was going to get some points on him.
I wouldn't have got enough points. I want to apologize to anybody that had to watch that wreck fest. But anyhow, got a new season starting next week. Going to make a lot of changes, and there'll be a lot more green flag racing.
We look forward to it, and as always, enjoying to see the racing opportunity here on the All Pro Broadcast Network. Matt Clifton, do you have any special requests here since you're sitting down there in pit lane? We already got Jeff T. Martin, some aspirin, a large dose of it. Anything you want me to send you down there, buddy?
A cigarette and a whole lot of beer.
Will do, my friend. Will do, my friend. That's Matt Clifton there, everybody. We are 2 laps to go. Looks like we might end up finishing this one on a caution. We might have a green flag restart. I think we will see the iconic green-white checkered. And Ryan Faults, the 01 car, is your leader with Matthew Quick at the 89 in second. Last 2 cars to be able to survive the track. Who will pull it off? As they're making their way out of turn 4, coming down the front stretch here, right by the start-finish line. Nope. The caution lights will stay on the pace car, folks. So Ryan Faults may have this one in the books. We're going to have to see how race control handles this, if they are going to give him a green, or Could we have another caution tonight? My producer says no. We want to thank you for joining us here on the All Pro Broadcast Network. Catching us here at the tail end of the race if you're just joining us. This is a Super Late Model Series Spring Championship Series race here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. As Matt Clifton mentioned earlier, got a lot of good things coming up. If you're an iRacer, check out All Pro's Racing League page in iRacing. It's All Pro Racing. Got a lot of good things like the Dan's Top Notch Truck Series on Monday nights. Got a 50-50 series race, a bi-weekly race. Some good payouts for the top 10 positions of that race. Want to give a quick shout out. I think this is going to do it. I think we're finishing on caution here, but while we're still cautioning, I want to give a shout out to Apache Graphics and Race Designs. Thanks for being a sponsor. And also Over the Top Designs and Paint by John Hedrick. Check him out on Facebook, Over the Top Designs and Paint. Also, it has some excellent paints on Trading Paints. It's custom paints for the iRacing cars. Some of the paints you're seeing here tonight comes from Trading Paints. Also want to give a shout out to Michelangelo's Painting out of Mesa, Arizona. These guys do great things for All Pro. I want to thank them. As always, I'm Dustin Caldwell, and on camera is Michael D'Amico. We want to thank you for joining us here on the All Pro Broadcast Network on this Tuesday night Super Late Model Series racing action. This is the 75th lap, and it looks like Ryan Foltz in the 01 car out of the Florida division is going to take this race home in the books. But since this is a championship series, Zach Lenardi, points leader, does finish 7 laps down, but he will accumulate enough points to overtake Matt Clifton for the championship series win. Tough racing action tonight here, folks, at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Short track symptoms, a lot of wrecks early in the race, a lot of cautions, minimal, I would say this is probably minimal for a 1.5 mile track of lead changes. I think we finished with around 11. But yeah, your race winner will be Ryan Foltz. Matt Quick in second. Tough break. It's always, any racer will tell you, a win is a win. But to win on a caution, not the way you want to win. So we'll stay tuned here and we'll get some interviews here from some of the guys in the race. We can try to get somebody in here.
We'll sit in front of the
See, we could get a guy in the booth here. Got him in the mid-talk with his crew chief. Great Webb, this is Dustin Caldwell in the booth. How you doing, buddy?
We out here having a ball.
Third place, 3 laps down. Not your typical Charlotte large track racing, but how do you feel about finishing third tonight?
Hey, I'm just tickled to be able to get up to third with all that going on. Never could get this thing tightened up. It's just getting loose on me. We tried though, but I'm tickled.
Yeah, I've given a lovely paint job. That Ricky Bobby tribute car had me chuckling a couple of times because you were driving pretty fast. Unfortunately, you did meet some loose spots on that track. Turn 4 looked like it was kind of treacherous for you there, but still to finish third, I feel you got to be thrilled with that.
Oh yeah, we'll take third after all that any day. Sure will.
Well, appreciate your time there, Greg. I'll let you get back to partying there with your crew.
I appreciate it.
And we'll go live here to Matt Quick. Are you there, Matt Quick?
Yes, I am.
Man, what a show tonight. You were able to survive what Clifton deemed as a wreck fest out there tonight and finish on the lead lap, second position. Some of the things that were going through your thoughts, I know you led some laps, you played around with Ryan Foltz for a little bit, Jeff Martin, battling through that field. I mean, you started 6th, or qualified 6th in this race to finish second. How do you feel with everything you encountered tonight?
Oh, I blew it on the last restart there. That last caution didn't come out. I thought I was reeling them back in, but another caution came out matching that. So I blew it. But I felt like I didn't overdrive my car like half the people did today, and I didn't have the fastest car, but apparently it was good enough to get a second place finish.
Yeah, it's still overcome the adversity. I mean, it's got to be an accomplishment of its own to finish second, but yet still be one of the 2 cars that finishes on the lead lap. So I think you got some partying in store for you and hopefully your crew chief. You guys did an excellent job. Had the car running, could have potentially taken it, but still settling for second. I mean, That, you know, out of the 15 cars we had, 2 finished on the lead lap. So kudos to you and your crew, and appreciate you being here and racing and putting on a good show for us tonight.
Kudos to you, man. Good job hanging out to this race or try to talk about something.
Yeah, you guys always leave me a lot to talk with, so I think we do a good job. The theme of the night is root beer float. Make sure you get your one, buddy, okay?
Will do, man.
All right, thanks for your time, man. Yep.
User was moved out of
All right, we're going to have to switch radios here, folks. I'm going to go see if we can get the race winner, Ryan Foltz, on the line here. So one moment here as we adjust for our contact here. There.
He's gone.
Yeah, he left.
We're not able to get Ryan Foltz.
He left.
Might be in TeamSpeak.
Okay, folks, I apologize on that. Ryan Foltz apparently had some technical communications. Those guys are partying hard, and I think we're not able to get him on the line, so I apologize for that. But we will go to Zach Leonardi, pull him on the line here, see if we can get Zach and his crew on the line. Zach, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Man, you have got to be feeling good. I know this race wasn't the best race. It was a wreck fest all night, as Matt Clifton described. But the 24 car, the Jigs, I don't know if Jigs is your sponsor, my friend. That Rockstar car does you a little bit more testament. I mean, you finished fifth position with 7 laps down. But still, the fact that I told everybody you were in cruise mode. You just needed to finish this race to accumulate enough points to take home the Spring Series Championship. How do you feel? What's going through your mind?
I'm pretty happy. I mean, yeah, that's the whole race. Pretty much all I was going to do was just race for points and try to stay as close to Matt as possible. Wasn't really going to go for the win or anything, but after I used my quick toe and then had to pretty much just ride around in case someone else came out of the pits, because, you know, I'd have been pretty bad at myself if I left around lap 30 since no one was on the track, and then people did their repairs, came back out and beat me, and I lost the championship to that. But, you know, just, I mean, it was not the greatest race, but I'm happy to get the championship out of it.
Yeah, it's definitely got to be a good feeling. Are we gonna see some more out of the Rockstar car coming in the Spring Series?
Might bring it back since I did better with that one than this one.
The superstition of any type of athlete will tell you, one quick change can make a drastic change of difference, and I don't know if the Jags, I'm not trying to jinx you on the Jags car, because I'm sure you probably were happy with it, but, you know, you're a rock star, buddy. You took the Spring Series race, and hopefully we'll see more of that action coming in the 8-race series here, the summer racing for all pros. So Zach Leonardi, your Super Late Model Series race spring champion, was able to clinch enough points to take the victory here tonight. I want to thank you, Zach, and you guys got some partying ahead of you. Then.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So, as we wrap up here at Charlotte, I want to give a final shout out to our sponsors, Apache Graphics and Race Designs, Over the Top Designs and Paint by John Hedrick, Michelangelo's Painting out of Mesa, Arizona. I want to thank all of our sponsors here for allowing this to be here on the All Pro Broadcast Network, All Pro Racing League. Tuesday night, Super Late Model Series Racing. I want to thank you again for everybody watching and joining us. I'm Dustin Caldwell. On cameras is Michael D'Amico. Join us next week as we start the Summer Series 8-race series for Super Late Model action.